We have many things to do this evening. It's a wonderful Shabbat to be celebrating together. We will be doing, look at this, what a nice treat. We will be doing service 3, so you can start turning to page 82 if you want. So I don't know if you made a resolution to come and visit with us for 2019. I know you did for 5779, and I'm seeing a lot of the same faces that I normally see with some extras who I haven't seen in a while, which is really nice. I appreciate that. I haven't seen almost anybody in a while because I missed you last week. Not the same thing. We had fun. I was in Florida. I told you about that. It was very sweet to be hanging out with people who I knew in the 70s, you know. The man who had passed away, the man we did the memorial service for, had started his own synagogue. In my life, I have been to some congregations that have been around for a really long time, although I think that this is the one that I've belonged to that's the oldest, that's been around for the longest. Because you know that we're over 150 years in this congregation. We'll be celebrating 150 years in buildings next year in 2020, so be ready for celebrations galore next year, I hope. But I have been in congregations that are so young. There was one that I was working at, I was the lay rabbi in Vermont, that they were so new that they barely had a congregation, and they decided that the first thing they wanted to do, the very first thing, is build a building. And so they made a building. And it wasn't a very practical building, but it was a building. They had it so that the sanctuary took up here, and it was kind of, you know, like a loft space, that in front where Adam is was the kitchen. And they never thought that that would be a bad idea. And then there was a space here where the kids are supposed to be able to play. It was not a great idea. But they were a very enthusiastic congregation. I sometimes find that the younger the congregation, in other words, the new congregation, not about age of the people. Age of the people was irrelevant. The newer the congregation and the smaller the congregation, the more enthusiastic the congregants were. Have you found that? Has anybody else had experience with them? That they're just so, they want this to happen so badly. And when I think of our congregation, we have gotten to a size that's similar to some new congregations. We got there by dwindling a little bit, but we're an enthusiastic congregation too at this size, and I love that. So we are going to begin. We're going to be on page 82, but first we're going to need to take a deep breath for the new year. Let it out slowly. I didn't do it slowly. I needed to expel. Try again. Let it out slowly. Feels good to be together. Thank you for that. We are going to bless our candles today. We're calling up Bernard and Dorothy. Dorothy and Bernard Lobel, please come up and help us. Page 82. Are you going to do your welcome? I told Bernard he can do a special welcome tonight. Okay. Let's make sure you got. Can you hear him?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Can you hear him?
Testing.
Tim, you got him on W1? Go.
These lights are only flickering flames, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames remind us of Sabbaths long past and of their beauty that delighted our hearts. May they inspire us to work for the great Sabbath of peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You hallow us with your mitzvot and command us to kindle the Sabbath lights.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. But you forgot to say hello. People think I forgot to tell them to stand up, but Bernard was going to say a special hello to
My
Go ahead.
wonderful
No.
children
Yeah.
who are watching on
Yep.
YouTube.
And grandchildren.
And grandchildren
They're up
in
there.
Dallas.
Look, they're right over there. Say hi.
In Dallas. Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos. We're on page 165 for the Kiddush. If you need the translation, it's on 166, but today we're doing it in Hebrew.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagofen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotov, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kosho, v'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshis. Ki hu yom tehila lamikroi kodesh zecher letzias mitzrayim ki vanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodesh v'ahava uvratzon in Chaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim. Did you l'chaim to them? To your kids? Your grandkids? Did you l'chaim them? Shabbat Shalom, everyone. You may be seated if you say Shabbat Shalom to someone you came in with and someone you didn't come in with. That was good. That was very good. There are, on page 83, and we read responsively, there are days when we seek material things and measure failure by what we do not own.
On Shabbat, we wish not to acquire, but to share.
There are days when we exploit nature with reckless greed.
On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation.
There are days when we think only of ourselves.
On Shabbat, we open our hearts to the needs of others.
Therefore, we welcome Shabbat. And we welcome the angels that accompany us on Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The synagogue is the sanctuary of Israel. Born of our longing for the living God, it has been to Israel throughout our wanderings, a visible token of the presence of God in our people's midst. Its beauty is the beauty of holiness. Steadfast, it has stood as the champion of justice, mercy, and peace.
Its truths are true for all people. Its love is a love for all people. Its God is the God of all people. As it has been said, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people.
Let all the family of Israel, all who hunger for righteousness, all who seek the eternal, find God here, and here find life. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba,
Amen.
ve'alamad yivarach yiruteh, v'yamlich malchuteh, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ומרו אמן יהי שמרה במברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ומרו אמן ברכו את אדוני המבורך ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. Well, God, how can we know you? Where can we find you? You are as close to us as breathing, yet you are farther than the farthermost star. You are as mysterious as the vast solitudes of night, yet as familiar to us as the light of the sun. To Moses you said, "You cannot see my face, but I will make all my goodness pass before you." Even so does your goodness pass before us in the realm of nature and in the joys and sorrows of life. When justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us, when to the last full measure of selfless devotion we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness, then your goodness enters our lives, and we can begin to change the world. And then you live within our hearts, and we, through righteousness, behold your presence. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. If I have anyone who wants to help me lead the V'ahavta, please come up. Ready? Go. Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol ma'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך
ובקומך ושתם מאוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen. Would you lead us in English too, please? You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day
Upon your heart.
Teach them faithfully to your children.
Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. Thank you and thank you. We continue responsively. I, the Eternal One, have called you to righteousness and taken you by the hand and kept you. I have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
We are Israel, witness to the covenant between God and God's children.
This is the covenant I make with Israel. I will place my Torah in your midst and write it upon your hearts. I will be your God, and you shall be my people.
We are Israel. Our Torah forbids the worship of race or nation, possessions or power.
You who worship gods that cannot save you, hear the words of the Eternal One. I am God, there is none else.
We are Israel. Our prophets proclaimed an exalted vision for the world.
Hate evil and love what is good. Let justice well up as waters, except we could stop the waters. We don't mind the justice, but the waters, sorry. Let justice well up as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream.
We are Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed.
You shall not oppress your neighbors nor rob them. You shall not stand idle while your neighbor bleeds.
We are Israel, taught to beat swords into plowshares, commanded to pursue peace.
Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, desolation and destruction within your borders. All your children will be taught of your God, and great shall be the peace of your children.
We are Israel, O God, when we are witnesses to your love and messengers of your truth.
You are my witnesses, says the Eternal One, and my servant whom I have chosen. Know me, therefore, and put your trust in me.
We are Israel, O God, and we proclaim you God, our Redeemer, as did our ancestors on the shores of the Red Sea. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot osef eleh, Norah tehilot osef eleh.
What'd you say?
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Ya lai lai. V'ne'emar, and it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael, we praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. May we lie down this night in peace and rise up to life renewed. O God, spread over us your shelter of peace, of quiet and calm, and bless us with rest. And let a time come when morning will bring no word of war or famine or anguish, a time of happiness, of contentment and rest. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, alenu v'al kol amo Yisrael, al Yerushalayim v'al kol ha'olam. We give thanks for the night and its rest and the promise of peace for all the world. Shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 93. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei v'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. God of all generations, of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, of Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel, be praised. Your wondrous creative power fills heaven and earth.
God of life and death, be praised. Through us, send help to the falling, healing to the sick, freedom to the captive. Confirm your faithfulness to those who sleep in the dust.
Awesome and holy God, be praised. With acts of love and truth, we hallow your name. As it is said, be holy, for I, your eternal God, am holy.
God of times and seasons, be praised. Enable us through Sabbath rest to explore and learn and impart the meanings of your Torah. Make our hearts ready to serve you this day and all days.
God who answers prayer, be praised. May we, your children, your people, Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God.
Source of life and its wonders, be praised.
You are the miracle within all we behold. You are goodness, you are compassion. We give thanks to you forever.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lekol hashalom. Atahu melech adon lekol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. V'tov be'anecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'kol עת ובכל שעה לשלום
of peace. We take a moment of peace as we pray silently. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עושה שלום במרומיו, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. Our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of the prayer book. And I'm going to turn off my microphones for a moment and read the Zielinski. If you have other names that you would like us to include in our prayers, I invite you to call them out now. For all these names, for the names we choose to say, hold in our heart and not say out loud, we pray together. O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. We add, Misheberach Avotenu Ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we've entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they've been called to serve. Give them courage to succeed and strength to persevere. May they return home safely, and let us say. So, hi, Shabbat Shalom. My last sermon to you in 2018 was about TV shows and how I thought that those TV shows reminded me of Torah. And when I went visiting this family, hanging out with them, we talked about things that we do, TV shows, books we've read, all those things. When I mentioned the shows that I had told you about, that I said that I was enjoying because they reminded me of different aspects of life, there were things that they said where they told me why they didn't want to watch those shows. And that surprised me, saddened me at first. And then I had an opportunity to watch a couple more episodes of at least one of them. The one that surprised me the most was the show called This Is Us. And they all work in professions where they help other people. And they said, I spend my day being, sad, dealing with difficulties, and I don't feel like coming home to be entertained by that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, after I saw a few more episodes, I cried, and I cried. And I understood why they felt that these were difficult to watch and that they weren't necessarily, the kind of thing. Sometimes you watch TV for a distraction or movies for a distraction or something like that. And these were, I still appreciate the fact that they're real and they help you see a lot of angles of situations that are very real in your life, but it was a lot more painful than what I had thought at the end of last year when I had talked about them. And I think that in some ways that reminded me of the Torah portions that we have right now at the early stages of Exodus. Moses, one of our students said this wonderful thing about Moses once where he said, he didn't even realize for most of his life that he was Jewish. He didn't even know he was Jewish. That's a cool thing. And that's the point, is that for some of our stories, even our characters, Moses wound up looking at life from the perspective of someone who was living in the palace with the Pharaoh. And his whole life, up until he was 40 years old, he was glad that he had those slaves helping. He never realized that those were his people, and once he did, he changed his attitude about those people. And the people who were treating them the way they were, at first, he wasn't so bothered by the way the people were treating his people. And then all of a sudden, he becomes very bothered by it. So bothered that he lashes out. And I think that a lot of times, as we're sitting and making resolutions, New Year's resolutions, and thinking about the ways that we could be better, I think sometimes we need to just take a step back and try to see life in a new way. So, our infamous story about trying to keep making a resolution that we could keep was that we promised ourselves we'd eat more ice cream, and we did. The first day we walked to whatever it was, Baskin Robbins in those days, and we did a great job. We had ice cream the first day. I think we had ice cream the second day, and that was it. I don't even know if we ate ice cream for the rest of the year. That was our resolution. So the point is not so much about, I'm going to suggest it's not so much about how you change yourself, but it's how you look at things. See if there's another way. See if you can step back and see things in a new way, like Moses did. Like we need to sometimes. Like I did when it came to these TV shows. Here I was very enthusiastic about even recommending them to you. And now, as much as I'm enjoying watching them, they are not just enjoyable anymore. They're real, and sometimes they're painful. Sometimes there's kind of hit home too much. And so I will apologize for that. I won't knock anybody down and bury them in the sand like Moses did. But but I just think that we need to learn how to see things in new ways. And that's my attitude about the new year. I could make a resolution about, eating healthier, which I'm trying to do, and exercising more, which I am trying to do. But I started that last year. I don't have to start it all of a sudden on January 1st. It's kind of an arbitrary date. But I kind of like who I am. And I don't mind getting better at who I am. And I like who you are. And I just hope that we get to see the world in new ways together, find new ways to fix things. We had a big inspiration this week, that we are on the other side of the moon, which I was warned is not the dark side of the moon, despite what Pink Floyd said, although they may not have been talking about that. But still, we, meaning humans, have now landed on the other side of the moon, and we get to see the thing that we've always been looking at in a new way. So I hope that we take that with us to the new year. Mr. President, is there anything you want to tell us about to take us into our new year? Let's see if we can fix this. This is not working so hot either. That's why? Because it's too depressing to break them? Nah, we're good. I want you to look at yourself and realize you're pretty good right now. You're really good. You don't have to resolve to be a better you. Just see yourself in things.
Shabbat Shalom. We like who you are too, Rabbi.
Thank you, see? Thank you. Back at you.
Thank you, Bernard, Dorothy. Shabbat Shalom and Mazel Tov to everyone celebrating birthdays and anniversaries this month. Rabbi Jana will begin adult Hebrew classes Thursdays, not Wednesdays, beginning January 10th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. The class will start by learning or reviewing the alphabet and continue with vocabulary and grammar lessons. The class will learn biblical Hebrew, but Rabbi Jana also teaches how it relates to liturgical and modern Hebrew. The class is called Decoding Hebrew. Registration, tuition information will be online. Students in religious school and Hebrew school do not meet for classes till January 13th. We have a special musical Shabbat experience Friday, January 18th for Shabbat Shirah. Thank you to Sharon and Elliot Goldman, who have provided a special birthday cake for Oneg Shabbat. People of the book club will not meet this Tuesday. Please contact the office for details about the rescheduled date. Also want to welcome the Perlmans. We're thrilled that they're here and glad and wish them a Happy New Year as well. The flowers, donations were made to B'nai Zion for public flowers in honor of Sharon Goldman's birthday by her grandchildren, Matthew, Will, Lauren, Cole, and Reed, in loving memory of Hilda Levy, Gwen Murov, Joseph Murov by Susan Murov, in loving memory of Harold Murov by Carolyn Murov, and in loving memory of Lazar Murov by Ruthie Neerman and family. Thank you.
Thank you. So the book club has been rescheduled to the 15th instead this month. So, stop that. I don't know what's causing that. We've got a new sound system. That could be what's causing it. Who knows? They were playing with it when we weren't here. We now have a wonderful moment. We get to honor everyone with birthdays or anniversaries in the month of January. I need 4 people to honor us by holding the polls. And I need everyone with birthdays or anniversaries. Whoa, stop. Anybody at home who's watching, sorry about that. We're busting your ears, I think. I don't know what's happening there. We changed the batteries. We did all the things we thought we were supposed to do. So, 4 people? 4 people and 4 posts? You want to hold? Are you birthday person or post holder? You hanging close. I need your help, Mr. President. Would you come help me, please? I could use your help with something. So I'm going to say a blessing, but then we're going to start something new this year, and we're going to give the people who come to services and are celebrating with us, we're going to give you each gifts. So I'm going to have you help me hand out some gifts. God of days and years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of our friends. Be with them always as the joy of their lives. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May we have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual reverence and love. Then will our lives be filled with the abundance of blessing. So we have these for our 2 younger birthday people. And we have these for our special lady birthdays. Happy birthday. Thank you for celebrating with us. What? And we're going to sing. Ba. What? He got a younger one. What? It's not for children. It's for, you see what it is, right? It's for the younger ones? Right. Let me see.
For your new car.
I thought it was a surprise. We're going to say, together we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Amen. And those gifts are from Rabbi Jana and the sisterhood, by the way. And we're going to do that every month now for the fortunate people who come to celebrate with us. And you'll have a special Anniversaries Shabbat with us too. So yay you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. So Natalia and Sharon's birthdays are tomorrow, right?
And her Hebrew birthday's today.
Your Hebrew birthday's today. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. And if you got your email today, you learned how to find out when your Hebrew birthday is. If you go and click that on your calendar page. We are now going to call up everybody who is under the age of 13. Do we have anybody under the age of 13? Help us open and close the ark. You coming back? Not coming back? He reads here. Mirov's not coming back? Under the age of 13. Thank you. Everyone else is turning to page 148 as we rise when the ark is open for the Aleinu. One, two. You may not know this, but this week we fixed the Torah things. There were things that were broken on here, and I brought out my little kit and we fixed it because we love you, Torah. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol. Sorry about that. L'ateit kedula reshit shelo asanu kigoye haratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'gur aleinu k'chol hamonam v'anachnu קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. And on the facing page we're going to sing ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. We continue on page 151. Is it you or me? You sure? Yeah, but we swapped them. Yeah, I know, but when she did or didn't when she was here? Yeah, so she didn't have, nobody had this box when she was here. She wasn't using that. She was using a different thing. So I don't know what it is. We're going to have to figure this out. Short somewhere. It's really bad. It's annoying. It's really horrible. Yeah, it must be. Page 151. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. And I invite you to take a moment of silence. You may read one of these readings, or whatever is in your heart as a memory. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us. As we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. We remember congregants' parents who died within this past year. We remember Sarah David, Flo Selber, Gloria Meyer, Richard Stewart, Clifford Bear, Joe Batt Sr., and Peter Haas. And remember those whose yortsites fell this past week. Bill Manton Band, Horace Simon Sr., Hyman Schuster, Sarah Schuster, Bertha H. Cheatham, Norman Fine, Jack Katzenstein, Gwen Murov, Bobby Redstone, Alexander Rifkin, Ann Novinsky, Arnold Hermer, Fred Holman, Hilda Levi, Joseph Murov, Harold Murov, Stella Phillips, Etta Fryer, Sylvian Gam, Lazar Murov, Nomi Murov, Lillian Strug-Rambach, Lucille Stern, Jacob Barron, and Bertha Gold. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on 154. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabba, be'alma divra chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei Rabba mevarach la'alam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudshah barichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shamaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. We say amen. You may be seated. I'm going to call up those of you who are under 13 who would like to come and help me with the motzi, and I'm trying not to move while I'm doing that, but I wanted to say one thing. Some of you may find that the name plaques, the memorial plaques have moved. We've gotten some new ones in, and you're not moving. Did you see that? What? The box is sitting right here. It was in my pocket. I took it out. Yeah, but I don't know where. So anyway, we'll figure it out. I promise we will, because this is not good. We have a lot of things to fix in this building. Thank goodness, because we have a building, and we are thankful for that. We will fix them. And this is one of them, because this is annoying. But anyway, we had to accommodate. We moved some around to keep people by their families, and you'll find them. If you have trouble finding them, let us know. So they may not be where it was listed in the bulletin. So we're going to get this so that we can say, let's see, come on up in front. Hold on to the bottom of this. It says Shabbat v'Yom Tov. Today is a Yom Tov. It's a good day, but it's also Shabbat, and I will give you a microphone that hopefully isn't the one that's making all the problems. It's off. It can't be. Shouldn't be. Ready, go.
Hametzi lechem and hametz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'tevon.
You take that, I take the plate. Go, pull. Everybody get some? Bring some back to your family, please. I'm sorry. Let's please rise. Let me bless you. I won't move much. I love being here with you. It is a blessing. You make Shabbat special for me and holy. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face always be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace, safe travels, a wonderful 2019, and many happy birthdays. Shabbat shalom.